All right, my people. Tori Deo. Tori Day. Okay, so let's talk about this conversation that we're about to have. Because this video wasn't the video that I was originally going to put out today. The video I was going to put out was basically the conversation that we need to have on why Black Americans need to pay reparations to Africa. And they owe us the money for the exploitation they benefited. And they've since benefited from Africa. That is the video I was going to put out today. And that video is going to come out. So it's going to come out after this video. But while I was researching that, I came across this video. And I thought this was a video that I need to put out first. Right? This is one of those things that we've been talking about. This is a video about a Ghanaian brother. And he echoes the heartbeat and the frustration that many Ghanaians are now facing as a result of the so-called year of return, which brought Black Americans or African Americans, whatever you want to call them, to Ghana. And now that the honeymoon stage is over, you're starting to see the effect and the chaos that is causing to Ghana. I'm going to play for you a video that was released recently by a Ghanaian who basically said, and he coined it, that African Americans are destroying Ghana. I want you to take a look at the frustration from this brother. Because this brother, and you hear him say it in the video, said that he was one of those people who championed the so-called year of the return. He was one that did videos on it. It was one that was proud that Ghana was a hub for African Americans. And now he has now seen that African Americans are causing damage to his beloved country. This brother's heartfelt video, I bet you when you watch this, you're going to feel his pain. You're going to feel what many Ghanaians are feeling but aren't brave enough to come out and say it. But whether they like it or not, they're going to say it. They're going to come out because that's their country. And what they're seeing in their country as it relates to the African Americans or Black Americans that have gone over there, who have gone over there to cause chaos, problem, devalue the place, and have now smeared the image of Ghana. They're going to have to speak up. Because at the end of the day, it's their country. But let's take a step back. I want to play this video for you all. So I want you to hear from a Ghanaian who is echoing the hearts of many Ghanaians who are starting to see that the year of the return was problematic to Ghana. And I'll be right back.
Hi everyone, my name is Hans. You're welcome to my channel. Now, I want to make this video real quick. So I've seen a video made by Go Black to Africa, and it's really disturbing, and I'm really sad, you know. Now you'll be surprised. We have a lot more videos like this on the internet right now, talking about how disloyal Ghanaians are and how we are scammers and all that. And these things didn't exist before. It happens. We started seeing these videos after the year of return, right? So, and it's mostly by African Americans, right? And so I think the government of Ghana, I know he wanted something great for Ghana, but it's now becoming a disservice to Ghana. So we have done a great disservice to Ghana, including myself. I think the year of return, beyond the return, was very unnecessary. Ghana will not be able to survive this because, I mean, there are a lot, and these are the videos that destroys a country, right? I know countries that spends a lot of money just to control information that leaves the country. Make sure, you see, there are countries that we think are very peaceful, but a lot of things happen in those countries. But you don't hear them because they control the media, because, I mean, they have come to realize how having a good image as a country is very important, right? But Ghana, we have messed up with ours. these African Americans, they will mess up our country before they leave. If you think I'm lying, go to how do you call it, YouTube, and type "why I left Tanzania" and see the information they've put on the information they've put on the internet about Tanzania, and you will know the future of Ghana, where it's going now. The year of return, Asebu land, whatever was a mistake. We have to admit that we made a mistake. Because, man, I mean, if you're an investor and you hear some of these things, would you still want to invest in Ghana? No, you will not. Even if you would, you would take extra steps to be careful. Meanwhile, we have a lot of investors who have come to Ghana, right, to do their investment, and I mean, everything is going well. I don't know why these people are the only people having problem in Ghana. So let's blame ourselves as Ghanaians, because we have done a great disservice to our country by doing the year of return. I'm telling you. And those bloggers who are making money off YouTube by interviewing people and all that, we are going to face the consequences. Because, I mean, we are going to have more of these videos on the internet. When I went, you see, in Gambia, I watched a video made by O'Shea. Is it O'Shea? What? He is a Kiganda. I think Kiganda. Yeah. And his name is O'Shea something. I don't know. He made a video about Gambia. When I watched the video, I knew Ghana has done a mistake. Each African country where African Americans have been in their numbers, I mean, they've been there in their numbers, they have issues. Go to the internet and check. They have issues. So, don't be so happy if they are coming to your country. I mean, this is what you're going to get. And I'm saying this as a Ghanaian. I'm very much concerned, because just some few years ago, when they say you are a Ghanaian, you feel very proud. I mean, not because your country is the most advanced country or you have a very beautiful country or something, but the mindset and the image that we have created out there, what people think about our country, everything is changing. Everything is changing. Everything is changing right now. It's our fault. You can see from 4 months ago, I've stopped making videos. I come to Ghana, I've stopped making those rubbish videos. I've stopped. Because it's going to hit us so hard in some few years to come. Proud to the year of return, when you're walking around as a Ghanaian, you feel very proud. Like, if they say you're a Ghanaian, you feel very proud, right? But now, the negative image about Ghana is too much. And it all comes from African Americans. You can check. Oh my God. This is very disturbing to me. I'm very concerned about these videos. I'm very concerned about. I will appeal to Ghana government to cancel this beyond. It's not helping.
Okay, so let's talk about this. The brother said that most of the negative videos about Ghana is coming from African Americans. And he also said that this is becoming a disservice to Ghana. He even said later on in the video that the government should please kill the whole beyond the return thing. Now, let's talk about this, because this is very, very interesting. Because as you guys know, and have watched me for a long time, most of you know that I've talked about this whole year of the return thing. You've heard me say it, that this was going to hurt Ghana more than help Ghana. You've also heard me say that the whole thing was a scam, that this was something that benefited Nana Akufo-Addo, the current Ghanaian president, and a few African Americans, Black Americans, elite who championed this whole thing to lure African Americans to Ghana. You've also equally heard me say that the ones that went up there were not the quality African Americans. They were not the best of Black Americans. The ones that went over there were the ones that were jobless. They weren't your quality Black Americans or African Americans who are contributing to the development of this country. You've heard me say this. You've heard me say that that call attracted the worst of African Americans. I did this video. My most viral video on my channel today is when I talked about African Americans not coming back from Ghana in droves. That video has 158,000 views and counting. And I've since done videos where I've talked about African Americans that have gone to Ghana and the chaos they're causing to Ghana. They're disrespecting their culture. We've seen videos of African American or Black American women disrespecting the monument, the slave monument in Ghana. We've heard videos of African American men, Black men, who go there and they're waving guns and threatening the Ghanaian people and stealing their lands. There's a huge land dispute right now in Ghana. Ghana is starting to face the issue. I've talked about this extensively. And during the entire time when I was covering this, I had many Ghanaians come to my channel attacking me as though I was against their country. It is taking a lot of Nigerians who are fans, who understand my heart and the love that I have for that country, to correct a lot of them, to say, if you didn't love your country, you won't be covering and pointing out these things for you guys. It has taken Nigerians. I read your comments. It has taken Nigerians to tell Ghanaians that CJ loves you guys and he's telling you something that you need to pay attention to. Now we're starting to see Ghanaians come out to echo and voice things that I've been saying the entire time. It is an issue in Ghana. Black Americans have been in Ghana devaluing the culture of Ghana. This is a fact. We know about the land situation, where they've been robbing lands from Ghanaian people. We know about how they've gone over there disrespecting the locals, talking down on the locals. We know about the grifting that has been going on in Ghana, taking advantage of the locals in Ghana. It's one thing when a Nigerian says it. It's another thing when you find a Ghanaian who is now seeing these situations play out and is realizing it. Isn't it amazing that when you look at, when you consider the banter that Nigerians and Ghanaians have had over the years, that many people will call banter, right? Isn't it amazing that all that time you will not find a Ghanaian that will come out and tell you that Nigerians have smeared their own image? Isn't that amazing that after all that banter that Nigerians and Ghanaians have, we are still brothers and sisters at the end of the day? That a Ghanaian comes out to say that the image and reputation of Ghana is being tarnished by African Americans, people whom they opened their doors to 5 years ago. Isn't it amazing that it took them, they were the ones that Ghanaians are pointing on to right now, that they are smearing the image of Ghana on the internet, portraying Ghana as the worst place to go to. He talked about several videos that have come out, and I've seen some of these videos, and they're going to be worse. You know why? You know why Nigerians have never smeared the image of Ghana with all of our banter? Because at the end of the day, Ghanaians are our brothers and our sisters. We still live and uphold a code of honor. We can criticize Ghana. Ghanaians can criticize Nigerians. But at the end of the day, we know at the end of the day, we are Africans. There's a code of honor that we uphold. We're not going to go on a campaign of smearing, of attacking, of negatively impacting our African countries. It is not our way. That is what you see in the West. That is what you're witnessing with Black Americans. They have no code of honor. They have no code of honor. The exact same behavior or smearing Black group is what you see within their own community. Black Americans have attacked their own community. They talk down and have attacked their own women. They have no code of honor. Their women have attacked and talked down to their men. That's all you see on the internet. They have no code of honor. They talk about their children like nothing. They talk about their communities like nothing. So it is not shocking that you Ghanaians who invited them in are starting to experience the behavior of these people in your country. And that brother said, this is what we've done to ourselves. You can hear him say it. It's a passionate cry for help. And he said it's going to get worse. Because now you're finding videos from Black Americans who go to Africa. And their intentions and their agenda is quite clear. If you haven't noticed it now, the agenda is to paint Africa in a negative light. The same thing that the Western Europeans did against Africa is what these ones are now doing. Do you see what's going on here? The same thing that white folks did to smear Africa is what they are now doing. They are the new imperialists. And what's so shameful is that we in Africa have locked hands, right, with our brothers here to fight the negative image that has been smeared or labeled against them by white media outlets. Now you're finding them doing the exact same thing against their brothers and sisters in Africa. Even worse, they're doing it to a country that invited them over. Think about this for a second. Just think about this for a second. A country that went out of its way in 2019 and announced the year of the return to invite you over. You go to their country to disrespect them in their country. You go to their country to talk down to them in their country. You go to their country to cause violence in their country. You go to their country to steal their land in their country. You're not adding to the value of that country, but you are tarnishing the culture of that country. You tell me, who in their right mind would want such a people in their country? You heard him also say, don't be happy that they come into your country. This brother said it. You heard it. Don't be happy that they come into your country. These were the type of people, when I was pointing this out and saying that you invited the wrong people to your country, they were coming up here and saying you were jealous that African Americans chose Ghana over Nigeria. There's no Nigerian alive today. Let me help you understand this. Let me help you understand it. There's no Nigerian alive today that is jealous that Black Americans chose to go to Ghana over Nigeria. None. As a matter of fact, Nigerians are happy that they're going to Ghana. Nigerians are happy. And now Ghanaians are starting to realize, because the honeymoon stage of this whole so-called year of the return and beyond the return is over. Now the reality is starting to set in. We're starting to see videos, stories. We're starting to see things coming out of Ghana, of Black Americans in Ghana, causing mayhem, causing issues, not respecting the land, not respecting the culture, not bringing value. A lot of them aren't paying taxes in that country. A lot of them, I may even dare to say, a lot of them are not legal in that country. They haven't taken the time to acquire the legal papers to become residents or citizens in that country. A lot of them are breaking the laws in their country. But when you and I come to this country, we adhere to their laws, we bring value to the United States. Why can't they do that in Ghana? Now, I have to also say that it isn't all who are in Ghana who are behaving like this, but we're seeing most of them behave like this. We're seeing most of them behave like this. In Ghana, you have a problem. You have a problem. Because this is equivalent to inviting the vampire into your house and then tell the vampire that the only blood you can drink will be the one you get from the store. Imagine that for a second. That's what this is equivalent to. This is equivalent to that. Because when you invite people who we know aren't the best, that answered the call to Ghana. I told you guys that there were 3 people, 3, who heard that call to Ghana. I said it in a video, right? I said in the video, I talked about business owners, entrepreneurs, job creators who are African Americans did not move to Ghana. I talked about the day-to-day 9 to 5, 8 to 5 working class individuals who contribute to society didn't move to Ghana. And I gave all the reasons why they didn't. The ones that went over there, right? The ones that finally went over there were your unemployed African Americans, opportunists, grifters, who are looking to take advantage of African people. Those are the ones that your government invited to your country. And when I did that video, you thought that I was against your country, when you could have just seen the wisdom in that video to tell you that I was looking out for you. Now you've realized that CJ was right the entire time. CJ, Ghanaians are my people. I've said it many times. Ghanaians are my people. Yes, we can criticize Ghana. Ghanaians criticize Nigerians. But at the end of the day, Nigerians and Ghanaians have always known that we are brothers and sisters at the end of the day. We've been existing long before this country was founded. We have been existing long before slavery and the transatlantic slavery ever happened to bring our people into this country. We have a deep history. We're just brothers that banter back and forth. At the end of the day, no Nigerian is going to ever tarnish the image of Ghanaians. And I know Ghanaians will not tarnish the image of Nigerians, because at the end of the day, we're brothers and sisters. But when you look at the Western person, someone from the West who has no code of honor, doesn't have the type of cultural code of honor that we have. They're not governed by any principle. They're not governed by any ethical behavior, right? That's what you get. Because for those ones, it's about the money. They'll sell their mothers for the money. So now they've come to your country and they're not contributing to your country. They're not contributing economically to your country. They're not going to school in your country. They're not adding value to your country in terms of building the economy. They're causing more mayhem and disrespecting your country. I can understand why a person would not be happy. Because if we came to this country and we're causing the type of mayhem that you're seeing Black Americans do in Ghana, no one will invite Africans to their country. They will shut the border and say, you're not coming here. They will kill the visa program for Africans. You're not coming here. They will ban it permanently. You're not coming here. But that's not what's going on. They're allowing Africans here because they know Africans are of value to this country. They know Africans. They know Nigerians are of value to this country. They know this. The average Nigerian, right? Do you see that? He's a doctor, an engineer, a lawyer, a business owner. Who would invite such people to their country? The average Nigerian isn't packing the prisons. They're not arresting Nigerians and putting them in prison in busloads. You go to a prison, you're not finding Nigerians and Africans filling the prison cells. That's not the blackface you're seeing in prison. They're not up here just blatantly breaking the laws in this country. Because if that were the case, trust me, they will kill the visa program from Africa. They will kill it. That's not what's going on here. But you're not seeing the same thing from the so-called Black Americans who go over there to Africa, to Ghana. And in 5 short years, we have seen stories from Tanzania. Tanzanians have had it with them. We've seen stories of Tanzanians just saying, leave our country. We've seen stories from the Gambia. Gambians are pushing back. Gambians are pushing back. We've heard tragic stories from Gambia, and I don't advocate for the loss of life for anyone. I don't. But you're seeing Gambians pushing back at the behavior that you're seeing from African Americans or Black Americans, whichever one you want to use, that carry such behavior to their country and think that somehow those people are going to tolerate that. You see them pushing back at that. Ghana, now you got problems in your hands. You got a real problem. I'm going to tell you, you have a real problem because you've invited them over. There's nothing wrong with people going to countries. Everybody has, since the dawn of civilization, people travel. There are African Americans and Black Americans in Nigeria. A lot of them. A lot of them. And they're welcome. As long as they keep the laws and behave properly, they're welcome. Because that's what they require from us here in their country. Right? So Ghana, you got a problem. You got a situation in your hand. Right? Because you didn't invite the right type of African Americans. The ones who are job creators. The ones who are trailblazers. The ones who are, giants in their fields are not the ones that went to Ghana. Do you understand this? And I gave reasons why those ones were never going to move to Ghana. You should go watch that video. I'm going to link it. And I've since had various videos over it. Right? The ones you got are your grifters. Right? The bad apples. Right? Who is spoiling the bunch. That's what you got. And now your government will have to clean up this mess. Your government. It'll be interesting to see the next administration of Ghana. Who he or she, chances are is going to be he, but he or she, what he or she is going to do to remedy this situation, because I know it's a concern for the Ghanaian people. Nobody wants to see foreigners come into their country and act the way these African Americans or Black Americans have had to act and have consistently acted in another person's land. No citizen of any country will tolerate that. None. None. I guarantee you, none will tolerate that. So I feel the heartfelt message behind this brother's video. I feel it. And I know he's not just going to be the only one in Ghana that is going to come out and voice this. He is just a brave soul who needed to say something about this. And I guarantee it wasn't easy for him to put that video out. And to you, sir, I salute you. Right? I salute you for being brave to speak on an ongoing issue in your country. And it will take your kinfolk, your countrymen, to also speak out, because it's your country's image that we're talking about here. Your country's reputation, like you eloquently put it in that video, your country's reputation. Investors are looking at this. And that is something that could, to your point, really affect the growth of Ghana. And it will take your people. You have to do that fight. I ain't doing that for you. With all due respect, I'm not. It is your fight, and you're going to have to fight it. You're going to have to do it, because they are taking, and they are tireless in their campaign to smear your country. Can you believe that? A country that invited them over. These people are tarnishing the image of that country. Can you imagine that behavior for a second? A country that invited them over with open arms, good intention. These people are tarnishing the image of that country. I feel for you, and I wish you well. I wish you Ghanaians well, but you're going to have to address this issue. You're going to have to address the issue, because you invited people with no code of honor to your country. And I hope you address it. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Please like this video, share this content, subscribe to the channel.
Nu vill jag kunna ge tillbaka allt jag inte kunna ge förut. Det finns ingen annan där som kan stå här by my side, oh why. Sättet du rör på det får mig att dö för dig baby. För de här yardis, de vill ju bara dra ner oss. Men du är fett och vanlig. Och det jag lägger all min tid och jag vill ha dig. Du får mig känna safety. Jag kan nog leda baby. Och jag kommer att